we were just talking about. Max and I were just talking about the laws and human rights and human needs, and he said in Germany they do talk about the needs of the people, and then you said something about respecting the laws, I think. And I wanted to ask you what you think the difference is between respecting something or respecting a law and obeying the law, or respecting a person and obeying the person, like a teacher, for example, or an authority.
Mm-hmm.
You want to try to answer that one?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've written about this, the difference between respect and obedience. Because I see a lot of teachers that they say you must respect the teacher, but actually what they mean sometimes, or maybe a lot of times, is you must obey the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with laws. Do we respect laws or do we obey them? You don't get punished for not respecting something. You get punished for not obeying it.
Uh-huh.
So
the thing is, I guess the difference to me is that respect is something, or at its best case, in its best case, respect is something you pay to someone and you get by someone, and that makes it a whole thing and that makes the whole thing work of living together. Obeying someone that requires roles. You have to follow the hierarchy.
Rules, you mean?
Roles. Like one is the leader and the other one follows him, and that way, by obeying someone, it automatically means that the one you obey, that he doesn't obey to you. While respecting someone can also mean to be respected as well, which is the foundation for living together, I think.
That's what I would call mutual respect. You know the word mutual, back and forth. So I respect you, you respect me. But yeah, that's a good example. Like the teacher doesn't obey the kids, and the military leader doesn't obey the person below them. So there's a big difference there too. Okay. Okay, now you can see us a little bit better, and we were talking about respect, and I gave the example of when I'm teaching English, I could say to the kids, okay, I want you to count to 10 in English, and if I hold a gun to their head, and if a boy doesn't count to 10 in English, then I shoot him in front of the other class members. So then everybody else is going to learn English, not because they respect me, but because they're afraid of me. So I want to teach young people the difference between fear and respect, and obedience and respect. Because in a relationship, we need to have mutual respect, but you wouldn't want your girlfriend to be afraid of you.
No, that's not fun in living together, having someone who fears me.
And I don't think you would want your kids to be afraid of you.
No, rather not.
But you would want your kids to respect you. Probably.
Yes.
And you would want your girlfriend or partner to respect you.
Yes, of course.
So to me it's critical, especially since I teach English, if we're going to use English words, we need to know the difference between respect, fear, and obedience. And in a lot of languages they have the similar concepts, but since we're speaking in English, I'm using those words. In German, do you have the same exact kinds of things?
Yeah, it's the same, quite the same.
Do people confuse those three things?
Yeah, it seems so to me. I'm just thinking about the school example, that teachers often talk about respect, but very often in that moment they mean obedience. That exactly is fulfilled what they expect, and straight following the rules.
When I remember I was talking to someone about her little brother not listening to her, and I said, what do you mean not listening? And she said, he doesn't do what I tell him to do. So then I realized there's also a difference between listening to someone and obeying them.
Mm-hmm.
So now we listen to each other, but we're not obeying each other. I don't think any place along the whole 3 days either one of us has actually obeyed the other person. I mean, I asked you, can you move this? Can you help me with this? And you said yes, but you could have said no.
Yeah.
You weren't afraid I would shoot you or anything?
No.
I wasn't paying you. So why did you do it?
Oh, because I felt free to do it, and I'd like to give you a help because I like the idea of doing something good here, and I like you seeing doing something good here, and that is worth supporting.
Okay, thank you. And I appreciate your help.
Wasn't that much of a help, but